You can't.
Awesome. Thank you. Sorry, I didn't know you gave me permission already. Thank you.
はい。Alright. じゃあ next, again, it's the same rule. 誰かに、誰にも、it's the same rule with the どこか。ね。どこか、and you have to add the particle に。どこかに、and 行きましたが。はい。And I asked this in the test. Did you get that question? どこかに行きましたか? And if you answer with no, how do you answer this? The same with the 誰にも case. ど But we have to switch the position and put the に just after どこ。どこにも。And you have to use a negative. Okay? So this is a grammar you learn on Wednesday, and I hope you're okay with this. ね。誰かに someone, anyone, 誰にも not anyone. So it means not anyone. You have to use with a negative. どこかに somewhere, anywhere. どこにも not anywhere. So you have to use with a negative. Alright? Any question? いいですか? Okay, じゃあ let's practice this. はい、not this one. Sorry. I opened the different sheet. Okay. Right. All right. So here, if I ask, if I want to ask, did you meet anyone? And if you are Mary-san, you can say, Hi, ロバートに会いました。誰かに会いましたか? Hi, ロバートに会いました。But if you are Takeshi, you say, no, I didn't meet anyone. So how do you answer? You just see it. So you say, 誰にも会いませんでした。ね。誰にも会いませんでした。Okay, then, how do you answer to this question? 今日の朝何か食べた? How do you answer this? If you say you ate something, for instance, donut, you can say ドーナツ食べた。ね。ドーナツ食べた。ドーナツ食べた。ドーナツ食べた。Yes, I ate donut. But if you answer with you have to say なにも、何も、and you have to use a negative. 食べなかった。Okay? じゃあ、OK。昨日の夜、何か飲んだ? 昨日の夜、何か飲んだ? 昨日の夜何か飲んだ ?Anyone? How do you answer this question? You didn't drink anything? Yes, last night? If you didn't drink anything, how do you say?
何も、あ何も飲ん
Yeah, go on. 何も and you use a negative. So 何も didn't drink.
何も飲ん
飲ま
飲まなかった
何も飲まなかった。ね。はい、何も飲まなかった。はい。Good. じゃあ、昨日の夜何か食べた ?And again, if you didn't, how do you say? 何も plus negative. So how do you say? 昨日の夜何か食べた
何も食べてなかった
Yeah, yeah, 食べてなかった。Okay?
Okay.
That's fine. Yeah, you can use てない again, but you can also use the past tense. 何も食べなかった。ね Both is fine. But the point is you have to use a negative. ね、何も plus negative. はい。じゃあ、先週の週末、誰かに会った先週の週末、誰かに会った先週の週末、誰かに会った The question was, did you meet someone last weekend? 先週の週末、誰かに会った If you answer with no, how do you answer? So this time, 誰かに、ね。So you answer with 誰
にも
誰にも。Yes, 誰にも。Very good. はい。誰にも。So how do you say 誰にもnegative.
誰にもありなかった
誰にも会わなかった。Okay? Yes. 誰にも。So you have to switch the particle. ね、誰かに。But when you answer with no, 誰にも。Right? So you just say 誰かに and 誰にも over and over. And please get used to the sound. So you don't have to which particle comes first, me or more. Right? So you just say it over and over. 誰かに、誰かに、誰にも、誰にも。ね、はい。じゃあ言いましょう。誰かに会った言ってください。 誰かに会った？
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 And if you answer with no, 誰にも会わなかった。
誰にも会えなかった。
誰にも会わなかった。
誰
誰
に
にも会わ
会えなかった。
OK, good. はい。And どこかに行ったってください。どこかに行った？
どこかに
どこに
行った？
いた？
どこかに行った？
どこかに行
どこかに
った？
いた？
And if you didn't go anywhere, どこにも行かなかった。ってください。
どこにも売れなかった。
どこにも行かなかった。
どこにも
どこにも
開かなかった。
Okay? Alright? Please practice say over and over 誰かに、誰にも、どこかに、どこにも。Okay? いいですか？はい。じゃあ、フレミオンさん、can you say、誰かに、誰にも。
誰かに、誰にも。
誰かに、誰にも。Okay? どこかに、どこにも。
どこかに、どこにも。
どこにも行かなかった。言ってください。
どこにも買わなかった。
行かなかった。
ごめん、行かなかった。
はい。ワトキンさん言ってください。どこかに、どこにも。ワトキンさん not there? じゃあヘンリーさんは？ヘンリーさん you there?
はい。
はい、言ってください。どこかに、どこにも。
どこかに、どこにも。
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 どこかに行きましたか？言ってください。
Sorry, can you repeat one more time?
どこかに行きましたか？
どこかに、
Okay, じゃあ let's use the short form. どこか行った？どこかに行った？どこかに行った？行った is a short form, so maybe it's easier to say. If not, you can use a long form.
So, どこかに、行った。
どこかに行った？
どこかに行った。
Okay, so try to use, say over and over and get used to the sound, okay? どこかに、どこにも、誰かに、誰にも。Right, then let's move to today's grammar. Today's grammar is about the particle de. And I think very early lesson, I think it's in lesson 3, you learned a couple of different particles. And like ga, wa, e, de. And one of the particles is de, you learn in lesson 3. And you learn more about this particle today. But first, I want to make sure you know the meaning of this particle. And when do you use that? And how you use that? Okay. In lesson 3, you learn particle de means describe where the event is taking place. And English equivalent at, in, right? At or in. For instance, 図書館で勉強します。I study at library. in the library. We have a very similar particle. Something relating the place is a. A means that you are moving toward that place. So look at these two sentences. First, 日本食レストラン行って寿司を食べましょう。日本食レストラン寿司を食べましょう。Both you need the particle in the bracket, but you need a different particle. With the first sentence, 行って is the verb that is following to the particle. So this means that you need the particle means toward, going toward, going to. So what particle do you use? Here. Restaurant. Is it de or ni? Which one do you use?
Is it me?
Very good. Yes. You are moving toward to restaurant. 行く. You're going to the restaurant. So you need ni here. But with the second sentence, 日本食レストラン. What particle comes after the 日本食レストラン?
De.
Yes, it means in or at, so you use de. And I'm sure you okay with those difference, ni and de. All right, then how do you say I'm going to school? What particle do you use?
Ni.
Yes, very good. And the sentence is, I will go to school. Excellent. はい、学校に行きます。Excellent. But if you say, I study at school, what particle do you use?
De.
Can you say the sentence, please?
I studied at school. 私は学校で勉強します。
Excellent. So you okay? The difference de and ni 大丈夫ですか? De, you learn the particle describe where the event takes place. And the ni is you're moving toward that the noun, and you are moving toward that place. Right? Just look at those all sentences. どこ勉強しますか? What particle do you use? どこ勉強しますか? どこで勉強しますか? And again, 図書館で勉強します。Right? And the second sentence, we use this very often. ね. Well, 住んでいますか? This is a kind of a tricky, and you sometimes will wonder which particle do we use. So, which particle do you use? どこ住んでいますか?
Ni.
Very excellent, right? I said ni means you are moving to other place, but with this expression, This is a kind of idiomatic expression, and you just have to memorize it. In case of 住む、ね、you use particle に、どこに住んでいますか Where do you live? In English, you say you use the particle in or at, right? But Japanese, we don't use で。We usually use に、どこに住んでいますか So with this case, you just remember we use a particle に and the same here. ルイビルに住んでいますね。I live in Louisville. English, you use the particle in, but Japanese, we use に not で Okay? ルイビルに住んでいます。Then, the third sentence. どこバイトしていますか What particle do you use? Is it で or に or something else? In this case, you use でね、バイトで。You can use same like どこで勉強しますか、ね、どこでバイトをしていますか So you use で、ターゲットでバイトしています。Or same with the verb 働く。働く is the new vocab. You are going to learn in lesson 11, but 働く means to work. And バイトする、働く。In this case, you use the particle で。Right? And, but, 勤めている。勤めている is also the synonym of 働く。勤める and 働く are synonyms. 勤める also means work for. But in this case, you have to use particle に。どこに勤めていますか and 銀行に勤めています。So, these four sentences are kind of difficult to think about. If you only think they means at or in, you want to use everything they in the bracket, but there are some special case like どこに住んでいますかどこに勤めていますか Those cases you just have to know that we don't use the particle de, but we use the particle ni. But anyway, as in general, de means at or in. And you use with the place that event are taking place. ね、図書館で、学校で、銀行で、スーパーマーケットで。Okay? And today's grammar is again using the particle de, but this time you use the particle de as a meaning of to describe what you use, to what kind of tools you use. So means by or with, such as 日本語で話してください。Please speak in Japanese. 日本語で話してください。or カメラで写真を撮りました。I took a photo by camera. So today's grammar is use the particle means by or with as a means of your doing the action. 日本語で話してください。カメラで写真を撮ってください。ペンで字を書いてください。パソコンでテストを受けます。そう。はい。Right. So, for instance, if you answer this question, うちから駅までどうやって行きますかね。You're asking the how you go with which means you're going to station from home. So you use particle で with the name of the tool you use. And look at this picture. This picture shows using the person is using the bicycle. So we say 自転車で駅に行きます。自転車で駅に行きます。Then, number one. If I ask, うちから学校までどうやって行きますか To answer this question, this is a means that you use to go from home to school. Maybe it's difficult to see it, but it's a bus. So how do you say? I go to school by bus. How do you say?
Bus で学校に行きます。
Very good. はい、バスで学校に行きます。Well, I skip number 2. I will come back this later. Then number 3. はい。うちから会社までどうやって行きますか How do you answer? Maybe it's difficult to see. The picture is car. So how do you answer? By car.
車で会社に行きます。
車で会社に行きます。Number 4. 横浜、東京。横浜から東京まで何でどうやって行きますか横浜から東京までどうやって行きますか
電車で東京に行きます。
Excellent. はい、じゃあ、let's skip this. And then look at 7. 日本からハワイまでどうやって行きますか日本からハワイまでどうやって行きますか
飛行機でハワイに行きます。
Very good. Okay. Excellent. So I think you're okay using the particle de means with or by means of the tools that you're going to use to do that action. But let's go back to number 2. Number 2 showing the person is walking. I go from home to bus stop by walk on foot. If we use with a verb we just use the telephone. Remember when you use more than two verbs in one sentence? First verb, you use a telephone. So, how do you say this? The verb is walk and go. You just use a telephone. So, バス停まで歩いて行きます。Okay? So, number two is the exception. Others, you use the noun, the tools you use. So, you use a noun in front of the verb. So, you use the particle de with the noun you use. But here, you use a verb to walk. So you use the te form of the verb with the first verb. And you say 歩いて. Any question? ですか？じゃあ、皆さんは学校、大学までどうやって行きますか？皆さんは大学までどうやって行きますか？
車で行きます。
車で行きます。Very good. はい。じゃあ、イエベさんは
はい。
学校までどうやって行きますか？How do you go to school?
I live on campus though.
Ah, okay. Then now you just run. You work and go.
I don't have a job.
Huh?
I don't have a job.
Sorry. To walk and go.
How do you say walk again?
歩く。
So, 歩いて学校です。
歩いて学校に行きます。Okay?
はい。
歩いて行きます。Right?
歩いて出てます。
はい。じゃあ、コーカスキーさんはどうやって学校まで行きますか？
I'm trying to say that I live 5 minutes away from campus and I get there by car.
Okay, it's okay. You just say I go by car. How do you say?
I forget how to say car.
Somebody, what's a car?
車。
車。So how do you say I go by car?
Is Suruma?
車。
Oh, kuruma.
はい。
Kaku de kuruma?
で、車で行きます。
Kuruma de ikimasu?
はい、車で行きます。Right? Okay. はい。じゃあ、シェンクスさんはどうやって学校まで行きますか？
バスで行きます。
バスで行きます。Very good. Right. じゃあ、皆さんは、何でご飯を食べますか？皆さんは何でご飯を食べますか？ Okay, じゃあ、I think it depends on the food you eat, right? じゃあ皆さんは、何でスパゲティを食べますか？
家、スパゲティを食べない。
食べない、スパゲティ食べない。OK。じゃあ、
Were you asking what do we eat spaghetti with? Oh, okay.
Oops.
箸で
箸で
食べます。
箸で食べます。Really? Okay,
I
you're like,
really like using them because they're easy to clean.
you're like my son. My son also eats spaghetti with 箸で。箸で
I also eat chips with hashite because it keeps the powder off your fingers.
Wow, wow. Right. Very good. Very interesting. Yes. But anyway, yes. 箸で食べます。or フォークで食べます。じゃあ皆さんはハンバーガーをバーガーを何で食べますか？
手で
Yes. はい。
を食べます。
手で食べます。いや、手で食べます。Right? ね。はい。ハンバーガーを手で食べます。Very good. 寿司も手で食べますね。Right? Okay. So, any question with today's grammar? で using the particle で means by or with. 大丈夫？いいですか？ Right. If you're okay with today's grammar, I quickly explain about the midterm exam. Right. I posted the study guide for the midterm exam on Canvas. So please check it. And if you haven't checked it, please try to read it. And basically, with the final exam, we have a kanji section, grammar section, and the reading and the writing section. Okay, and because this you can use the textbook. It's an open book style exam. You can use a textbook or handout, anything you have. So I think it's not very hard for you, but the point is to review the old grammar and the kanji in lesson 10, 9 and 10. And I cover the lesson 9 and 10. The kanji, you try to use a kanji worksheet and the workbook page 142 and 44. And if you are familiar with the style, testing style with the kanji work, it should be fine. The question is really similar to the one on the kanji work sheet. So if you review using the kanji worksheet, you can prepare well for the kanji section. And please write by hand if you are asked to write the kanji, okay? And grammar that you should definitely review is short form conjugation and past short conjugation. If you are still not sure about how to conjugate past tense short form, you definitely need to review those, all right? And the another grammar is that I think is important, how to express the action that you completed. The Japan English equivalent present perfect tense. In Japanese, you use past short with the word mo. もう食べました or もう、覚えました to talk about the action you completed. And with the negative sentence, we use te form plus いないいる helping verb, negative helping verb いる with te form でいない with the word keyword まだまだ食べていません I haven't eaten yet まだ means yet. So, please review these as well. And of course, another very important grammar is comparative expression. Comparative and superlative. How to compare 2 items or how to compare 3 and more items. Make sure you can express those 2 comparison expression well. And the reading and the writing, because this is a open textbook style, I ask you to read quite a lot of volume of story or article. To prepare for the reading writing section, try to study the Genki textbook reading and writing section for lesson 9 and 10. There are stories or article relating the Japanese culture or society in this section. So in advance, try to read the stories and have some idea. With the exam, you may ask to answer to the question relating this story or to translate or summarize the story or article in this section. And for the writing section, again, use the reading and the writing section, especially the practice exercises which says kaku renshu. And you may be asked to write a couple of sentences for the topic, some kind of topic. So you do exercises kaku renshu in reading and the writing section of the Genki textbook. Okay.
Sensei,
Question?
so what time is the midterm open again?
I will publish from 9 in the morning, and the deadline is 5 o'clock p.m., not the midnight. Okay? And of course, you don't have, there are no Zoom meeting, there are no class, virtual online class on Wednesday. You just download the midterm exam I posted on Canvas, and you do that and upload it on the page by 5 p.m. Wednesday.
And you just want us to write it on like notebook paper and then take a picture and send
Yes.
it in that way?
Yeah, together with the other, any answering to other section, you can just write on the paper or whatever works for you, okay? But make sure if you use a pencil, please write, use the, please, you don't use the mechanical pencil. Sometimes it's hard for me to read. your handwriting. Sometimes it's too light. So try to write with dark or use a black pen so that I can read well.
So
and
we can type everything but the kanji?
That's right, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And if you are not sure about what the question is asking, I try to be clear as possible. But if you're not sure about what the question is asking, please try to send me a text message, not the email, so that I can check it immediately. On the Wednesday, I try to carry my cell phone with me all the time. So send me a text message and let me know. I'm not sure about what this question asking for. Please tell me, and so on. I'm sure you know my telephone number. It's on the syllabus. So please send me a text, not the email, so that I can respond it immediately. Okay? Any question? 大丈夫ですか? You okay?
はい。
はい。じゃあ、Wednesday、水曜日、頑張ってください。ね。Good luck with the midterm. And see you on next Monday.
ありがとうございます。
はい。
さようなら。
じゃあ、さようなら。
さよなら。
うん